Hello and welcome to another Witcher lore video, this time about Dopplers, which are categorized as monsters, but I'm not comfortable calling them that, as they have no monstrous features. If anything, they are very nice and kind race, hunted by men only because they fear them for their unique ability, shapeshifting. So, what are Dopplers? Witcher Wiki says, Dopplers, also called shifters, vexlings, mimics, doubles, imitators, are shapeshifters who can take form of anyone or any beast they have encountered, provided it has a similar body weight. Their ability to assume form of anyone within their range is what defines them, because without it they don't have much going on for them. Their shapeshifting ability is very advanced and unique. When a Doppler changes into a form of a man, let's say, it's not only the face or the form of body, but also the voice and the mindset. Dopplers get the personality of the person they change into. They know all its memories and feelings. In short, they become that person in the truest sense. They're not just mimics. They're not wearing a mask trying to act like the person they change into. They are who they change into. They can copy so precisely that apart from appearance, they acquire physical features like voice, skills, mindset, and characteristic behaviors. To do all this, they don't need any previous insightful observation. They do it instinctively, and that's what makes them unique. As sorcerers, too, can make illusions, but what Doppler does is no mere illusion, and as Geralt puts it, is 1,000 times more advanced. They not only assume the physical form and the personality, but also the clothes the victim wears. Let's say a man is wearing a woolen coat and a leather bag. Part of Doppler's being changed into that exact coat and bag, and if someone cut that bag, it would be as if they cut the Doppler himself. And if you were to touch the woolen coat, you'd notice it is truly wool. Again, it shows how complicated and advanced their shape-shifting ability is, as they can change into material too, but not completely. For example, they can't change into a lifeless thing like a chair, let's say, as it would probably kill them, but they can change a part of their being into a lifeless material. As it was said in their description, they can change into a person or animal with similar mass, not something too huge or small. For example, they can change into a human being, but not an elephant or a fiend per se. But how do they look like in their own form? Witcher Wiki says, in natural form, they look quite hideous, like bald, long-nosed and yellow-eyed midgets, with elongated limbs, tongues and noses, somewhat resembling a figurine molded out of dough. You can say that they are in a way formless, and it's no coincidence that their true form resembles dough. Though it's formless, you can easily shape it the way you want it and make a variety of breads out of it. Dopplers too can take many forms, so it makes sense that they resemble dough in their true form, so they can assume many shapes. Yet they have a weakness. The only way you could find out the person you see in front of you is a Doppler, and that's silver. Silver in the world of the Witcher is a symbol of pureness, a thing to fight evil and monsters, a thing that reveals illusions and lies, a force of good, and in this case, the only way you could find a Doppler. Dopplers, upon coming in touch with silver, immediately turn back into their original form, and other than that, one has almost no hope of finding a Doppler. Now let's talk about their origin. Witcher Wiki says, before the first landing, Dopplers used to inhabit a plateau and forests near the Pontar Delta. They spent time taking forms of wolves and other animals, joining their packs or herds. During winters, they usually hibernated in windthrows. All of that changed dramatically when the human settlers arrived, hunting Dopplers like rabid dogs. Only a few survived, and most of those began to move to newly built Novigrad to live as humans and members of other more accepted races. Even that wasn't easy, however. The mistrust of vexling grew to such level that some fanatical priests captured the helpless creatures and killed them in most excruciating way. They would be encased in clay vessels and baked until they burst. What is the first landing? You should not confuse it with the conjunction of spheres. First landing refers to a time around 500 years ago in game time when the first 4 ships bearing men who would give rise to northern kingdoms made landfall in the Pontar Delta and the mouth of Uruga. It is thought to have taken place sometime in 7060s. So Dopplers inhabited Pontar Valley before even humans arrived. Though it is not clear if they are post-conjunction creatures, yet we can confidently say that they are very old creatures, and they inhabited the area before even northern kingdoms were established. Dopplers are genuinely good-natured creatures. Otherwise, with their shape-shifting ability, they could bring great harm. In the books, for example, Dudu assumed form of a merchant and made heap of coins, as he was greatly smarter than the real merchant. He could have a great, easy and happy life had he killed the real merchant, but he didn't, because Dopplers are kind in nature and are not violent beasts. And that's why I said I'm not comfortable calling them monsters. Let's read their bestiary.
Your package. Your brother picked it up. You know, you two damn near identical. Hey, where you running off to? Han Kluger, postmaster. Dopplers, also known as vexlings or changelings, are beings able to take on the form of any humanoid or animal they please. This transformation is no mere illusion able to be shattered with a simple spell, but an authentic and complete metamorphosis. This means no protective amulets or witcher medallions will signal a Doppler's presence. They emanate the same aura as the being whose form they have assumed. This, combined with their incredible intellect and cunning, would make Dopplers supreme assassins or thieves had not nature endowed them with generous and timid spirits which make them avoid the shedding of blood at all costs. Combat tactics. When a Doppler assumes the form of its attacker, it gains some of its skills. In the case of the Doppler hunted by Geralt, he gains the ability to use the active shield mode for Quinn, and can even use blasts of Igni. Additionally, the Doppler's swordplay is nearly on par with that of the Witcher, as he can parry and strike just as swiftly. Be patient when fighting the Doppler. Do not attack when his active shield is clearly visible, as the resulting detonation can knock Geralt to the ground.
And with that, this video comes to an end. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe. And until next video, take care.